Hello everyone, it is Joe here from Omnipoke, the channel that brings you guys everything Pokemon. If you're looking for PTCGO codes, including the stuff from Shining Fates, make sure you go ahead and check out the Potown store. You can get a 5% discount on your orders using that code Omnipoke. For today's video, we're actually playing a Shining Fates meta deck. This is going to be based around Crobat VMAX, the new, possibly best hit and run style approach that we have in the game right now. I feel like this is better than Orbeetle and Morpeko, and that's not really saying much, but here we are. We're playing some Crobat today, trying to take advantage of the Stealth Poison, doing 70 and Poisoning, and moving to the bench. So we're trying to jump into some Dolls, trying to use Toxicroak to ramp up that poison damage. This was popularized by a whiffed top cut for Crobat in an online tournament. I think the online list had a few things that I didn't necessarily agree with. I feel like ramping up that Toxicroak count massively, increasing your damage output is going to be really important, especially into some like tag team matchups. The math works way better when you have like 3 Toxicroak in play than just having the 2-2 line in there, because if you like prize part of that 2-2 line, or if one gets gusted early and KO'd, you lose a lot of damage. So really thickening that Toxicroak line, removing the Altaria line that you oftentimes do see in this list, because I believe 4 Dolls with the increased damage output is going to be enough for you. And the board space, like you want your board space to mostly be Toxicroaks, and your early ball search is normally committed toward Crobat V and VMAX anyway. Crobat V for draw, as well as attaching to, and the VMAX you obviously want to get into play. So I found that just having like a thin Altaria line wasn't really that worthwhile, and eated even more into your spaces because you had to play balloons, but you also need to have switches and bird keepers in the deck to have outs to, well, firstly keeping your doll in play, but also outs to paralysis, so you need to have those. The other thing that I really wanted to change was the energy line. It was just basic energies before, and I think the mentality is just be safe around Drill, be safe around Zamazenta, but because you only play 9 basic Pokemon in this list, you start Crobat a lot, so protecting that early attachment by having a Hiding Dark and being able to move into like a Doll or even just any other one-prizer is going to be really beneficial to you. And you have a colorless in your attack cost, so you may as well take advantage of Capture if you're already choosing to play special energies. So yeah, we've made that a little flip-flop. Might be slightly weaker against Eternatus, but I think we're going to be okay with that, seeing as they were already playing like 4 Crushings for Eterna, and we're going to be trying to like spam Dolls in their face all the time, so I feel like it should be okay overall. But yeah, other than that, I've ramped up the Marnie count massively because we're trying to dodge boss by reducing your opponent's hand size, playing Crushing Hammers, and yeah, just letting the poison rack up is kind of the idea here. The only other sort of wacky include, I guess you could say, is Mew. I find Mew really helpful against the fire matchups. I'm also playing Swell also to help the fire matchups. Mew specifically for Cramorant. Your early game attachments are always onto Crobats, obviously, and they are vulnerable, especially if they are playing Blound, Ziggy, Net, but also if they're just any welder-based deck, they're probably maining 1 Cram, and getting early 160 that you attach to then means that like you probably don't want to VMAX that one because it's really vulnerable to more Cram hits, especially because you can't instantly deal with that Cramorant all in one turn. So Mew makes that a lot more reasonable for you. You can also make the Psi Power do some interesting damage counter placements with poison ticks as well, so stuff dies coming back into your turn, especially if you're trapping things. So yeah, a few utilities here for Mew. It can also help out against the Decidueye matchup. They oftentimes play Aromatic Grass Energy. We do have Crushing Hammer, but sometimes you actually have to attack with your Toxicroak, and you keeping the Toxicroaks out of range of Decidueye can also be helpful. So I feel like it's a worthy one-of. So Altaria is, again, one of those things that you could see in this list, but I was just amazed that I didn't see 4 Doll just straight away. Like, you're a hit-and-run deck and you're not playing maximum Doll. Very, very strange. So we're playing 4 Doll, saying that we're accelerating the win condition of the deck by just having more poison in play for the most part to increase our damage output. And foregoing the Altaria, you could also think about like Zamazenta if you really want to, or just things like Snorlax, and a few other random like one-offs that you can shove into the active if you just really want to increase your Pokemon count, because you do start Crobat a lot, like I said. And this is an exact example why you want to have the Hiding Dark, right? It's less good because we already have the Crobat here, but it's still an extra card that we get to draw now that we play Hiding. So yeah, already paying dividends that we have Hiding Dark, and our hand is bananas. We'll Great Ball first. Tox isn't all that good, and I probably won't take this card because I want to bat for cards, so we'll probably put this back. We'll just take a Croagunk. We have Prize 2, which is a shame. You really want to try and lean into this as much as possible. But again, it's another reason why you want to have that thick line, because prizing it means your damage output goes to 0, basically. And into tag team matchups like this is looking like, you really want to be trying to threaten them quite aggressively. So very decent start here. We have Crobat Marnie for next turn. Potentially we might have to Mew as well if it's Pikarom and they go fully committed towards it. So something to have in the back pocket, I guess, to deny. That I doubt they'd ever expect a Mew in a deck like this. So, but yeah, you can see already how the board will fill up. Like the dolls are taking the place of like Altarias, but you would also be playing Altaria at the same time, so you'd never actually allow poison to tick. Whereas here, you probably only have like 1 doll in play, and the idea is to have like 2 to 3 Croagunk all the time. Whoa, he's playing more Pekka, so it's a hit and run v hit and run. Battle of the Dodge and Weavers, I guess. We'll see who comes out on top. They have Boltund to start with. They have Quick Ball. Yeah, I'm going to grab that more Pekka so they can electrify onto it. Have a U-turn for the active. They also have the research, new artwork research. One thing to note, I am playing Lysanders and researchers. I'm playing the redheads. Don't judge me. Is research redheaded? She's more brunette, but Lysander's definitely the reddest of head. Alright, we're going to see the Bolt power up the boy. The wheel. Alright, I think Marnie seems fine here. I don't really want to put the extra Crobat down just for a card, so we'll just do this. Do find the max, which is nice. We're only hitting for 80, which is annoying. I really would have loved to have found a Toxicroak to go up to 100 here and be really threatening. So yeah, that's a shame. When you play such a thick line, you really want to try and get one into play, but here we are. We'll go into the doll. Surprise. So I wouldn't be too surprised if he just Bolt Stormed the active. If he does stay active though, the 90 then would be enough if I find Toxicroak next turn. So he's going to U-turn the active. He'd still have to pay 1 to retreat. Morpeko only has 170, so if I top deck Lysander, we're in insanely good shape. They tossed a doll with their Dedenne there, which is good for us. I'm going to Marnie us into a fresh hand for more chances of boss. Boss but no energy, but we could boss Crobat and hope. Oh boy. Alright, we'll start with the Great Ball. Six cards for the energy. Feel like it's a good shout. Missed energy. That feels bad. Alright, we'll just stealth poison then. Still okay if he's trying to VMAX at any point. Couple of big misses so far for us. Missed the Tox on 2 to 2-shot the Boltund, and now missed an energy. They are going to attach and wheel. I'm just going to retreat and Bird Keep here, I think. Actually, do I need these cards? Not really, right? I don't need these cards. Find a doll of our own. Our lack of attachments is a little annoying right now. But we'll live with it. They're 3 dolls down, I think. 2 dolls down, and we're just 1 down. So they're just wheeling and dealing again. Doll makes our turn pretty okay to just... I mean, I don't mind Marnieing, because I need attachments as much as he needs stuff. Am I worried about getting rid of too many switches? No, not really. Let's just yeet it again. Finding Energy's double hammer could be devastating for him. Oh, it's devastating for him. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I'm not getting attacked by anything meaningful. So I'll just go into the other Crobat here. He probably just goes Boltund to try and get going again. That's gonna Marnie. Now that we have double Croagunk, we actually can finish the Boltund off. Okay, so we can at least Coco to both Morpekos, which is good. You can get back the U-turn board for free as well. Right, this is going to electrify to Morpeko. Probably just healthy boy at this point. Yep, okay. So 1 boss played from us. So few energies played as well. I'm only playing the Bird Keeper to get an attachment. Obviously now we go into a doll. There's the first prizes of the game. You love to see it. We both have fairly thin deck sizes. I've only played 1 boss, they've played no boss. There is the VMAX. They're playing Altaria. They have a boss. Are they just going to discharge? Have a look, see. Yeah, they're just going to max discharge. I'm going to reset this doll, that's for sure. Our last boss is prized, so we have a 50-50 of, if I boss here, I have a 50-50 of just having boss for game. Does he ever attach to another Morpeko here anyways? He's just running so low on attachments that even if he bosses this, that'll only be his first few prizes. So I should probably just swing into the active. We're going 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 plus 180 is enough. So we should probably just chill the hand. He spends a turn healing, he's just killing a doll, so that's fine. They're gonna have a quick look at what's in their deck as well. They're gonna Marnie our boss to the bottom, which is a pain. Because they could just hit and run here. Fourth energy to the active means they're hitting and running. Altaria ticks to poison. Not over 2 turns, annoyingly. Do I want to Marnie the Toxicroak to the bottom? That's fine. They'll retreat out anyway. We don't want to just sack the Croagunk because we want to knock out the Altaria next turn. Alright, he's going to kill the Crobat here. What's our best draw? Our best draw is Calm. Because we can't draw the Croagunk itself. The Tox itself, I should say. Or our best draw is Boss, right? That's always the actual best draw, obviously. Pretty sorry state here. Don't want to lose to Marnie anytime soon either, particularly, so... We'll just do this. Tick away on this Altaria. Okay, they're going to evolve, that's fine. Are they going for the spark play? Yeah, free damage, why not? Okay, we'll just stealth again. Boss is being pretty elusive. Alright, they're just gonna spark again. Take our 3. Stamp doesn't necessarily matter because we have a 3 energy here and an energy here. Altaria is no longer a wall. He's got 1 more attack left in him, but there's no way to take 3 prizes here. So we do finally get there. Took our time though. Let's get 1 more game in. We were playing researchers like no tomorrow then. Okay, opponent choosing to begin the game. We gotta start anew. You get to see what they're playing against. We've got some gunk in the hand. It's actually a really solid hand. It's going to be a Swordization. Rustization. If they play 2-2 Berserker, they can one-shot Crobat. Which is Monka S. It's ADP that plays Berserker. Well, as always, Crushings are a priority. We can switch into a Doll turn 1. We got a Marnie off the top, which is really nice. We've got a guaranteed Crobat attachment. Hammers are one of the main things we're looking for here. 1 prized. Even though I don't expect him to attack me, I want to establish the Doll in the active just so I can have a more likely chance to attack with Crobat next turn. Money these because it can just yeet to the bottom, right? With the rest of these cards. Right, the hand necessarily isn't that bad for next turn. They could be GXing, which is Monka S. They're very likely to GX, I should say. Yeah, there's their GX. No hammers found from us is a bit of a whoops. Our priority now is obviously evolving so that we don't just get bonked for 3 prizes. Bonk. And any Croaks that we can find, because we've got 3 Croaks in play, Croagunks I should say, we have the potential to do a boatload into him. If we can get to 14, it's amazing numbers for us. So if we get all 3 Toxicroaks, it's a big ask, but if we do, you know. We do find Crushing Hammer, and we're forced to Crobat for more cards here because we don't have the VMAX just yet. That is a load off my mind. He still can combo us, but this also makes it the safest time to put another Crobat down, right? When he, in theory, can't attack us. Keeping the Marnies around because I'm petrified of them growing a big hand size with Zacian. More poison is good. It's not quite the 3 dream that we were hoping for, but it's more damage, and we can work with that. Hand is actually very solid now. So hitting for what? 120? $120 becomes 180. I could then 180 him again with the VMAX. And the fact that this is 120 now means I can max cutter it if I really wanted to. He is spreading his energies though. He's saying, I've GX'd, I'm out of here. I'm just going dog style instead. He chose not to... He could have evolutionary roared and got a saucer off, right? Because he attached here. Okay, he's giving up Dedenne and just swording some cards. Dedenne doesn't get KO'd, obviously. Unless I want to put a 300 hit point Pokemon in the line of fire, which I don't particularly want to do. Let's reduce that hand size again. That's going to be the trend of Crobat, right? Their hand goes up, we try and take it down. So if I had a boss, I'd definitely consider not attacking here. But because I don't have a boss in hand, I probably should take the damage. It seems like it forces him to move. Do I want to just go into a Croagunk here? There's a ton of risk for a lot of these actions. I think I'm going into the other Crobat. Alright, they make Berserker, so they're hitting 300 right now with Brave Wolf. But they're attaching and retreating and Intrepiding here again. Okay. Still no boss is the biggest Monka S for us. Ah, boss. Hello, boss. See, the problem with boss retreat is he could E-switch, attach, kill. He could E-switch, attach, boss, kill. It's a lot to do, though. Am I happy going down an attachment? I think I am. I'm just scared of these woofles, man. The sword makes it so scary. I could Crobat for cards. It just means that I'm always allowing him to not hit through a doll, though. To buy an energy, it's really good, though. It's basically buying 2 energies. It means I basically have no safe places to hide, though. Okay, we'll just do it like this. Terrified of a lot here. There's some scary combos they could make, you know. with E-Switch still in the mix. 2 have been played, so maybe I'm not meant to be playing around E-Switch so much. They can research. They have Switch, so they can still Sorcerer attach to this guy and swing. Puts it in a precarious spot, though, because it's heavily damaged. And he has played 2 Sorcerers. More swords. Yikes. He does commit, so he's swinging? Yeah, he is going to swing. Alright. Probably not mining, I'm probably just digging hard for dolls here. Oh, boss is the worst draw. Oh, it's the worst draw, so maybe I'm bird keeping instead. Well, it was a good outcome for what we were after. Alright, we'll finish this guy off. Take our first 2. Crushing is a good prize. We need to dig hard for those soon, because they're almost out of sauce. Salsa. They're letting it rip again. They could find Saucer E-Switch boss here and win the game, but they don't. Doll is a fantastic draw. Tails is a terrible flip. Do I dig harder for Crushings that can flip Tails? It's so weird because I really want to just hold the boss in hand, you know, because it's threatening game next turn. But I'm quite likely to be dead with his hand size. I think I have to just forego this and just hurt his hand more. Because he can do it with E-Switch and thingy, it doesn't make sense for me to boss up the Zacian either. E-Switch, I should say. That's what I meant. Good outcome, we got boss back. If we hit heads on this hammer, I'm feeling very comfortable. Okay. I'm feeling cushy now. I think we're there. We'll keep these just in case he plays Stamp. The quick balls. We don't currently have game, but we can boss the ADP and attempt to Crobat. Wait, he hit E-Switch Energy boss. No. Just the perfect 4 cards. That's so gross. Alright, good for you, buddy. So we shouldn't have Marnie the 10 card hand, because they're all in the bottom 4 cards of his deck instead. Of course, of course. Well, that was pretty gross. Let's get Sigh one more game in. What a meme. That was a very high damage output ADP. They played 2/2 Berserker swords. Okay, good start. Energy attachment, already got a doll established. We're up against Darmanitan, Frostmoth. Okay. A twisty twist, I think you'll find. I have been testing some questionable decks on the ladder because it's new Shining Fates format. So we have faced an array of decks that reflect that, I think, quite nicely. Start by letting it rip, of course. Take our 2. It's pretty good 2. We'll run and hide. Oh, I forgot we played Mew. I am a genius. Perfect for this matchup. Protects the dolls. You love to see it. I probably should put this down, just not the other doll yet, because I might need the... I guess I can always create the board space in case he Marnies me or something like that. He's probably not playing Marnie though, right? He's probably more aggressive than this. Oh well, we'll pop this down. We'll chill. The Mew. It's for this matchup, of course. Ugh, our hand is pretty yuck though. Any Crobat, any Quick Ball, any Com, any Research, any Marnie, any Bird Keeper. All good draws. Any energy. A lot of good draws. I'm gonna boss straight away. Give me that Mew. Oh, he's a dreamer. He's hoping to hit Frostmoth Bucket VMAX. Does hit the Moth. I guess he doesn't need the VMAX. He can just Frozen Slice the active. Slice. Let's see it, Frostmoth. Show me what you got. Okay, VMAX incoming. Ah, they played multiple bats. Spicy. It's thinking to dance 1. They wouldn't have got the bat if they're only dancing 1. Yeah. If they're not just dancing 1. There he is. What a mighty board state he's made for himself. He still missed. That's actually rough. Energy's not a bad draw. As I panic, slow him down. I mean, I could go after the Storm, right? I should just attach here. Could have retreated into a doll as well. He top deck energy. What a troll. What a troll this deck of cards is. Right. Doesn't have draw supporter. So we've bought some time. Annoyingly, now we've drawn the Quick Ball. If I'd attached active, I would have had the option to retreat and doll and free up the space. Do I want to take a Crobat out of my deck? Yeah, I guess so. Looks like we're going to have a brick off. We have significantly more outs than he does. He has switches and supporters only. Any energy card is an out for us. He's going to get dancing. to see it. Right, so he's energy away from max wipeout. Right, he's gonna Marnie. He's tired of these games. Which I understand. I too am tired of these games. Alright, there's more Moth. Alright, they can pay retreat, do it the old-fashioned way. And Mew is going to be an absolute champ and protect 2 dolls here. So, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I might just hit him in the active, actually. I should just max Cutter 2 times, right? Because look at his board. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 into 180 doesn't work. He'd have to stay active, and we know he plays a lot of switch outs, and he hasn't played any of those switch outs yet. So I should just hit the active, actually, and allow 2 dolls to just die. Which is kind of defeating the point of the deck. But here we are. He can go 200 hit. And then he can make another baby that hits 190. Ugh. Maybe I'm not meant to. Maybe I'm still just meant to poison. Alright, let's poison. Had to think about it, but we should cash in on the doll while we can. And try and not make it about how many buckets he finds. Wow, he's a thick Frostmoth line. Ah, so he has research. Oh, just Marnie. If they can find a switch, they'd be pretty happy. But they don't. Okay. So now that he missed the switch, it looks amazing for us, right? Let's Cutter, right? Don't want to put down an extra bench Pokemon because of Keldeo. So this has effectively 100 hit points left because of the poison ticks. 5, 10, 15, 20 is the Keldeo, right? So let's just max chop into this chap. Take our first 3. His board is pretty vulnerable, but we don't have boss right now to punish it too much. And I think Darmanitan has more than 180 anyways. But his board is pretty vulnerable. Oh yeah, this boy is big. Big brain. So we are going to see that big bucket coming in. Oh, it does 32 itself. Can I abuse that? No. Or he could go for Power Play if he wants to. He's trying the power play. It's Tails. For what it's worth, we'll Crushing. Just, it's more so for my stamps, because we know he has this, right? I don't want energies in my hand again because of stamp, so... Let's poison this bro. I could have played towards the 180 there, but I didn't want to leave that exact Crobat in the active, because it was more vulnerable. None of these are in range for me to worry about. Boss for 5 prizes. I'm just going to go between the bats, because he's allowed to kill one. Just don't kill both. He has 1 card remaining in his deck. Perfectly calculated. But there we are. Chonky boy finally going down. Some big cuts. Well, there we go. Some wacky games of Crobat. Let me know what you guys think about the list. Let me know what you guys think about the changes, the archetype itself. Hear it all down below. Cheers for watching. Me and Jack will be jumping between Fates content and battle style stuff, so yeah, see you soon. Cheers.